guys, welcome to another exciting edition of Hot Takes and Tea with Emmy and Lulu.
Hello, lovelies, and welcome again to another episode of HTT. Okay, guys, today we're going to be talking about something very interesting and important. But just before we go ahead, how are you?
Fine, I am fine. Today I'm going to say first before you do. You look cute. I know. So I took the words right out of your mouth.
You did.
You look gorgeous.
Thank you. I love your wig. You look nice on
you guys look for my wig. If I look for my wig, it's going to be bloody.
Okay, so in the news recently, we've heard that a lot of Jambites, a large percent, like over 76% of the 1.9 million students that registered for Jamb failed, not had below 200. That's a whole lot.
I think that's counted for about 1.2 or 1.4 million out of 1.8. How did we get here?
Something in me feels like there's something wrong with that counting. Maybe it's not accurate.
That's a lot. I don't think there is anything wrong with that counting. First of all, I did a little bit of teaching during my NYSC, and I was afraid for this generation of students. Because nobody wants to read anymore. Everybody wants a shortcut to success. And many people are contributing to this menace that we're experiencing right now. Many people, including teachers, principals in schools, they are helping these children find ways to, cut corners.
But
there is so much involved.
So, indirectly talking about examination malpractice.
I am directly talking about examination malpractice.
So, is this a thing of the quality of education? Because a child spends 6 years in secondary school. So, how is it that in SS3 we now have to do malpractice by teachers for this student? Does it mean that they were not doing their jobs? They were not teaching well, or it's just the students, or they are trying to protect the image of the school?
First of all, the reading culture is way below standard. Right now, it's way below what it used to be. Now you have an opportunity, or you are given an option to go and pass this examination without reading, without studying. If this opportunity or this option to indulge in exam malpractice and pass is not in the picture, they will read. They will read. But right now, everybody knows all I just need to do is probably put up a certain amount of money, and their parents will even give them to register for Jamb in special centers.
Examination malpractice is not new.
It's not new.
Why is it now happening now?
Now it is norm. Before, when people cheated in exams, they hid, they had to, you understand, it was difficult. If you get caught, the repercussion was, but right now, you have those people.
You're the normal person.
You have those people who are supposed to be checkmating these things. They are the ones propelling it. So how will you not grow? How will you not become what it has become today? So I saw that news and it shook me.
Somebody said, "What a shallow generation."
Shallow is
it's fair.
It's fair because they have no core attached to them anymore. They are making fun of it.
I'm telling you.
You come and see somebody. They're making TikTok videos about how they failed woefully.
I remember the first exams I wrote to Jamb. I was so tense waiting for the results. I was so tense, but see these people, they don't mind. If they pass or not, it's not their business. And you see that TikTok we talked about.
Yeah,
that's another huge problem. Social media. It wasn't this bad. I think when I was in secondary school, of course, it was not TikTok.
Yeah, it was not.
Facebook was just
starting. It was like Google.
Yeah,
and a little bit of WhatsApp. But now,
somebody said something that since now we talk about people learning skills, getting gadgets, young people are thinking that there's no point going to school. There's no point having that education as far as I can learn a skill.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
That is even from a good perspective. As far as I can learn a skill. Now, there are many of them that think, as far as I can create social media content, as far as I can do Yahoo, as far as I can, if it's learning a skill, it's superb idea. It's very great idea.
But that doesn't mean you should fail.
It doesn't mean. Really. But I'm saying, compared to what these people are actually anchoring their failures on, as far as I can do this and make money, it looks to them like there are many other options. You know, in our time, your aim was, from secondary school, was to get into a university.
I'm telling you.
Your focus was to get an admission in a university and to graduate and to go on and do whatever you have to do with your life. But they feel there are options. There are other options aside
this
education.
Option, it's just one. TikTok. Instagram. Facebook. I feel like you're putting up educative content. Oh my days, it's so bad. And the thing is, it's going to get worse.
It's going to get worse, because and to think that the world is moving at a faster pace ahead, instead of us to catch up, we are retrogressing. Is there hope? I'm asking you now.
It's bleak. I think another thing about Jamb, with the introduction of CBT, computer-based, we have people go to examination centers and they have faulty systems. So once they begin exams of 2 hours, some of them, their systems will shut down at 10 minutes. At 20 minutes. I think that's another reason.
Imagine a child going to sit for an examination and then having to experience that.
You're totally destabilized.
That is crazy. But that goes again to say our educational system in Nigeria, without a doubt, needs a lot of restructuring.
Sure.
So much needs to be put into it, because how can you, for the life of me, set up a child to write an examination and that child is not fully equipped?
When this happens and these children try to reach out to Jamb, this is what happened, they don't get any response. So it now looks like it's my fault. I came to write exams. The system is not working, so it's my fault. Although I think this is not a major problem. The failure. The issues that these people don't reach. Do you also think that parenting has a thing?
I'm telling you that parenting has so much. Because personally, I know someone who had to go to Abia State to write Jamb from Akwa Ibom.
Okay.
And when she told me the name of the center, I was like, that's not even a school. Obviously, that was a special center.
Oh wow!
Very obviously, that was of course.
I know there are special centers for wiring, deco. I'm hearing this for the first time.
I think, like you said, it gets worse. It is getting worse. Jamb is like mock. It's like mock exam for the post-U TNA. So now, if you are unable to even write Jamb and pass, how are you supposed to pass post-U TNA?
Somebody said you're thinking of Jamb results. CGPA is waiting for you.
Do you understand? That one is another thing on its own. If you cannot write Jamb on your own and pass, so how are you going to go through first, second, third, fourth, or fifth, or even sixth year in university? So if you were a parent, if you are a parent and you have a child in this system now, how are you going to ensure that they do it right?
Okay. First of all, there's a lot of distraction that we do not have in our time. And it's one major thing, social media. As a parent, at some stage in the life of your children, you need to control their access to social media. I would like to say access to TV, but those guys don't watch.
They don't watch TV anymore.
That used to watch. They don't watch TV.
They don't watch TV anymore.
So it's the phones, laptops, the sites they go to. You have a responsibility as a mother, as a father, to watch over these things. Because I see no reason why there should be this much failure. I don't want to blame everything on the parents, but they have a role to play. watch it, and it starts from the early days. If your child in pre-primary or primary school is already on social media, has access, you think you're going to do magic by the time that child gets to secondary school. You're not going to do any magic. It's already in the system. So it starts from a very young age. You know those days that you come back from school and you tell you sleep, siesta, wake up and read.
What did you do?
It was not wickedness, so it looked like wickedness. But seeing the things happening today,
Exactly.
it wasn't wickedness. It wasn't. It's very. I think we should bring back that culture. We should bring back a standard reading culture for students in secondary schools and even university. As a parent, I think so.
I agree with you. And if you're an adult, teacher, coordinator of a school, whatsoever you do, and you are encouraging exam malpractice one way or another, you are killing our education. You are murdering our education. Literally, you are, because they should be ashamed of themselves. Teachers should be ashamed that in my school, these children that were kept under my care to be taught and nurtured failed massively like this.
Do you know that in some schools we have teachers that don't show up the whole term? They do not show up, and the school, the authority don't do anything about sack such a teacher. Sack them. Because what happens at the end of the day during exams, they will come solve all wrong now. Wrong. And you see this thing that I think malpractice is easier for WAEC and NECO. So you see a student pass excellently WAEC and NECO. We are come and write Jamb.
Come and write, exactly. Thank you very much. Because for you to qualify to write Jamb, you need to have cleared your papers, your O-level papers. So how did you do it?
How did you do
Write Jamb. Jamb is even easier because for Jamb, you don't even need to show your workings. You just solve or know the answer and just pick the right answer. So, but for WAEC and NECO, where you have to show steps, because those will earn you more marks.
If you're able to show steps, you'll be able to answer those objective
questions. Because don't be that writer now. They didn't write it from their head.
Whoa.
So we are just afraid for
this
generation,
this one and the ones
to come educationally, especially in this climate. It's becoming something to worry about. It's becoming really worrisome, and we really hope that you, in your own little corner, in your own little space, in your own little way, can do whatever you can to help it.
And I also think that the Nigerian educational system should up their games. Not everybody should be allowed to be a teacher. There are processes and procedures to follow to become a teacher, and I think this should be implemented in both public and private schools. And as a parent, you have a role to play. It's not wickedness. So, my dear young people, if your father or mother tries to put control over certain things, it's not wickedness. It's for your own good.
Absolutely. Alright, so Hot XNT comes full cycle today. Thank you for staying tuned, and don't forget to follow us on all our socials. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and here on YouTube.
Yes, it's our major platform. Please do well to subscribe
at Hot X, and see you until next week. Bye.